So dear students, this will be part second of problem first that we are solving, that we formulated. So where we had reached in the previous lecture, we had reached to the past accumulated items. If you go through the balance sheet of the firm, you will find there, firstly you will find here general reserves. Then you will find here profit and loss account. Profit and loss account. Credit balance. You will find here workmen's compensation fund. In the profit and loss, in the balance sheet of the firm, if you will go through the balance sheet of the firm, you will find here there are three items: general reserve account, profit and loss account credit balance, and workmen's compensation fund account. All these three items are past accumulated profits. This is profit and loss account credit balance, that means profit, balance of profit. This is general reserve account, this is also related to profit. Workmen's compensation fund, this is also related to profit. So we can say that these three items are related to past accumulated profits. And if we go through the balance sheet thoroughly, you will see that you will not find any item of past accumulated loss there. In case of this problem, there is no past accumulated loss. There are three items which are related to past accumulated profits only. The first item is general reserve account. We will give debit to it. Profit and loss account, debit to it. Workmen's compensation fund account, debit to it. This is 10,000, 10,000 and 20,000. That is the total past accumulated items. When we add together, that amount to 10, 10, 20, that amount to 40,000. We will distribute this according to rule. These past accumulated items are distributed among old partners in old ratio. Why? Because these belong to old partners who have worked hard to accumulate these things, to accumulate these profits. So the old partners are to Rahim's capital account, to Rashid's capital account. In which ratio? In old ratio. The old ratio is 2:1. That means out of this 40,000, Rahim will get 2 divided by 3 and Rashid will get 1 divided by 3. So Rahim gets 26,667 and Rashid gets 30,333. So now we have distributed the past accumulated items, past accumulated profits, and now according to procedure, the next step that we take to solve any problem of reconstitution is that we revalue the assets and liabilities of the firm and find out the net effect, profit or loss, and according to rule distribute that profit or loss among the partners. What the rule is? The rule is, you know already that the rule is revaluation profit or loss is distributed among old partners in old ratio, because these things that we revalue, these assets and liabilities up to the date of admission, these things also belong to old partners and the new partner has nothing to do with these things. So now what we will do after past accumulated items, we will revalue assets and liabilities of the firm and find out the net effect and distribute that profit or loss according to rule among partners. So you know that for the purpose of evaluation, what we do, firstly we prepare a statement. In that statement we write as such: particulars, old value, new value, net change, या net effect on revaluation account. Before preparing revaluation account, we know that to revalue assets and liabilities, or for the purpose of revaluation, we prepare a revaluation account. But before preparing a revaluation account, if you go through the previous lecture, for the purpose of revaluation, in case of reconstitution, first case of reconstitution, you will find out there that we have discussed for the purpose of revaluation we prepare a revaluation account. But in order to understand that revaluation account clearly, or to revalue the assets and liabilities, we first prepare a statement as such. The first column of the statement shows particulars of assets and liabilities. In the second and third column, we compare the old and new values of assets and liabilities. And in the third column, we try to find out the net effect of revaluation on revaluation account. In the net effect column, we write plus for those items which we will write later on the credit side of revaluation account, and we write the minus sign for those items which we later on have to write on the debit side of revaluation account. And now if you will go through the terms and conditions that are given after in the question, you will find out the first item that was revalued was land. So we will take land. Land is an asset. The old value of land according to balance sheet was 1,30,000. You know that what there is written, what there is given. There is given that land was to be appreciated by 20,000. That means there was an increase in the value of land by 20,000. When we add 20,000 with this 30,000, new value will come out to be 1,50,000. And we know that increase in the value of an asset is written on the credit side of revaluation account. So we will write here the plus sign, that is 20,000 will be written on credit side of revaluation account. Now we write value of stock. The second item that was related to revaluation in the problem is stock. The old value of stock was 20,000, and according to new terms and conditions, the new value of was found out to be 15,000. So this stock is an asset, and we know that the new value is 15,000, old value is 20,000. We can say that value of stock has decreased by 5,000, and decrease in the value of an asset is written on debit side. So we can write here the minus sign, 5,000 will be written on debit side. Similarly, furniture and machinery. The next is furniture and machinery. These were two assets which were to be depreciated by 10,000. If we see the value of furniture according to balance sheet, that is 80,000, and value of machinery is 50,000. We have to depreciate these two items. That means the value of these two assets has decreased by 10%, and 10% of 80,000 is 8,000. 10% of 50,000 is 5,000, and there has resulted decrease in both of the values of both of these assets. So decrease in the value of any asset is written on debit side, so we will write here minus sign. So we can say that the new value here will come out to be, when we deduct 8,000, 10% from this 80,000, that will come out to be 72,000. This will come out to be 45,000, and this is net change is 8,000, 5,000. So this was the statement showing the net effect of revaluation, and after this statement you know that what we do according to this statement and according to these plus and minus signs, we prepare revaluation account. And you know that revaluation account is a nominal account, and you already know that what we write on both the sides of revaluation account. On the credit side, we write increase in the value of an asset, decrease in the value of a liability, and any unrecorded asset. On the debit side, we record decrease in the value of an asset, increase in the value of any liability, and any unrecorded liability. So, if we go through the statement that we prepared, we will find out that those plus signs, those items for which we put plus signs, we have to write only those items on credit side, and minus side items will be written on debit side. So the plus sign item was only one, that was land. So we will write here that there by land account, decrease in the value of the land by land account. How much that was? 20,000. So the minus side items were, I think those were three items. The first item was to stock account 5,000, to furniture account 8,000, to machinery account 5,000. In all these three assets, the value was decreased. So we wrote these items on the debit side, because revaluation account is a nominal account. On the debit side, it writes losses and expenses. It records loss and expense. And on the credit side, it records gains and incomes. This increase in the value of land is a gain for the firm, and decrease in the value of stock, furniture, and machinery are losses to the firm. So now we will compare these gains and losses. The total gain is 20,000. Total losses due to revaluation were 5,000 plus 5,000, that is 10,000, plus 8,000, that is 18,000. Total gains were 20,000. Total gains were 20,000, but total losses were only 18,000. So there is a revaluation profit of 2,000. This is 20,000 minus 18,000. There will be a revaluation profit of 2,000, and we will transfer this profit to profit transferred to. Transfer this profit to. According to rule, what we will do this profit? What we will do with this profit of 2,000? According to rule, we will distribute this profit of 2,000 between old partners in old ratio. That is the rule. So Rahim will get Rahim is capital account, Rashid is capital account. Total profit is 2,000. You know that the total profit is 2,000, and we will distribute this total profit between Rahim and Rashid in the ratio of 2:1. So Rahim will get 2 divided by 3 of 2,000, and Rashid will get 1 divided by 3 of 2,000, and that amounts to 1,333 and 667. So you know that we prepared the revaluation account, and we distributed the profit on revaluation among older partners in old ratio according to rule. Now the next step according to procedure will be to prepare the partners capital accounts, including the new partners capital account. So in the next part we will be discussing that, inshallah.